define what time period that they're going to cover. And they define it by talking about occurrence versus claims made. Could you talk for the audience about what is occurrence and what is claims made and what they should be looking for?
An occurrence-based policy would say, I had the policy for X number of years, 5 years, and while I had that policy, there was an occurrence, and I may no longer have that same policy, but I had that policy in place for those years where the occurrence took place. And so that would be, you would still have coverage in that situation. On a claims made policy, in that same scenario, you would have had to file the claim during the policy period when that happened. Otherwise, if you'd have left to go to another company, there would not be any coverage on a claims made situation. And so that is critical when we're talking about abuse and molestation claims, because to your point, most people don't find these things out until a few years or even many years after the fact. And so that can have a big impact on how coverage is provided or not provided. And it's important to understand your policy and how that's going to be paid.
Here's what I see as a reality for abuse and molestation coverage in the future. There's going to be less and less occurrence forms. There's going to be less and less companies willing to offer occurrence-based coverage for sexual abuse, because now there's no way to really put numbers around when these lawsuits are going to come forward. More and more companies are going to make abuse coverage claims made, which is going to make it more and more important for customers to understand what claims made is and how it works and how it functions.
And I would say already there's a limited amount of market space for an occurrence-based policy. And so a lot of people are already writing on the claims made policy or forms, and that's fairly common in the circles. I would say that's more common even so than an occurrence-based policy at this point.